Hi and welcome to this beauty treatment tutorial. In this video I'm sharing a step-by-step guide on how to create amazing brow transformations using the Bronsun Brow Lamination Kit. The 3-step lamination system was newly launched in early 2024. The system uses a very innovative formula and we'll go into that in more detail later in the video. I'll share with you the details of each step in the process, my preferred treatment products and some top tips to help you create gorgeous brow transformations with the Bronsun system. Let's get started. I begin by using an oil-free cleanser such as micellar water or a lash and brow shampoo on a cotton pad. Bronsun advised to avoid scrubs or abrasive cleansers. Step 1 is the Bronsun Brow Lift. The bottles are pump dispensers, which I find so much better than previous products I was using. I get a lot less wastage and it's much easier and more hygienic to dispense. I find 1 pump per eyebrow usually works well, but this does depend on the thickness and how coarse my client's brows are. I like to work from the back of my hand, so I dispense the product onto my glove. I then use a lip gloss applicator to apply the brow lift from the root to the tips of the brows. I work as quickly and neatly as I can, doing my best to avoid getting product onto the skin. If any product does come in contact with the skin, I then just clean it away with a cotton bud. Once both brows are covered, I then set a timer. You do not need to apply film over the eyebrows with this system. I like that you don't need to use film. It's much easier to check on the hair, it's less plastic usage, and it also reduces the risk of brows becoming over-processed. I like to use the stopwatch function on my phone or iPad. This helps me keep a close eye on timings, which is really important during a lamination treatment. Bronsun advised the following development times. For thin, fine and porous hair, 2 to 4 minutes. For medium thickness or hairs that have been previously treated, 4 to 6 minutes. And for coarse, thick hair that has not been previously treated, between 5 to 15 minutes. At the 2-minute mark, I will check on how the hair is relaxing by using a micro pore brush. I stroke the hair upwards to test how much it has already softened. My client today has quite fine hair, but with some thicker areas at the front, and her eyebrows have not been previously laminated. After 2 minutes, some but not all of the hair had begun to soften, so I choose to leave the solution on today for 6 minutes in total, in line with the Bronsun Lamination System guidelines. The Bronsun Lamination System was newly launched in early 2024, and I have been loving the results since I switched to this brand. The system uses an innovative formula with advanced cysteamine technology. This replaces the ingredient TGA, also known as ammonium thioglycolate. There are lots of benefits to switching to a cysteamine-based system. It's much gentler on brow hairs, meaning less risk of overprocessing and damage, and there is no strong odour to the product. After 6 minutes, the brow hairs are fully relaxed and ready to be styled and brushed into their new shape. I personally like to use a dental brush for this stage of the process. I gently sweep the hair upwards and over to create a soft, lifted look to the brows. This gives the appearance of fuller, thicker eyebrows, while still also flattering my client's facial features. Once the hairs are in place, I remove the lift lotion from the brows. It's important to stop the development of the first solution, and to do this you need to neutralise it. To neutralise the brow lift product, use a slightly damp cotton pad. I just either use water or a gentle oil-free cleanser. I will then immediately fold the cotton pad in half and use the dry side to go over the brows again. This removes any residue and will dry the eyebrows. Because it's so important to ensure the brows are completely dry, I now go over again with another clean, dry cotton pad. Step 2 in the Bronsun lamination system is the Brow Sculpt lotion. I apply this in the same way as step 1. I dispense 2 pumps onto the back of my glove and then apply from root to tip using a lip wand applicator. I ensure a good coverage over both brows and set a timer for 6 minutes. The Brow Sculpt solution should stay on for the same amount of time as the brow lift in step 1. After 6 minutes, I remove the solution with lightly damp and then follow up with dry cotton pads. It's important to always follow the direction of the hairs. This will ensure you don't disturb the new shape that you've created. Next step in the treatment is to tint the eyebrows, and today I'm using the custom colour range from HD Brows. My client wants more definition without her brows looking too dark or too contrasting, so I make up a light brown tint. I like to apply using a firm angled brush and use strokes from root to tip, working from the front to the tail of the eyebrow. Another benefit I have found with the Bronsun system is that the hairs don't seem to be as porous and therefore tints won't overdevelop. With the previous system, I would make up a lighter shade and keep a very close eye on the development times, as the brows could get too dark very quickly. However, I have not found this to happen with the Bronsun system. Once I've covered all the brow hair, I will clean away any residue with a cotton bud tip. Now I repeat on the other side. To remove the tint, I start by using a cotton bud with a flat end and sweep it up and over the front section of the brow. This allows me to check to see that the colour has developed to the right shade. I then use cotton pads with very small amount of tint stain developer on it and take them up and over the eyebrows. The tint stain developer will neutralise the tint and stop it from developing or deepening in colour any further. I then immediately follow with dry cotton pads to remove any remaining moisture or residue. I repeat this until all the tint has been fully removed. Now I'm ready to wax the brows. I use a thin layer of pressed powder to add a layer of protection before waxing. This is because my client uses active skincare ingredients, and applying powder first will help to reduce the risk of grazing. I also advise all clients to stop the use of active ingredients such as retinols, vitamin C's and exfoliating acids a week before any facial waxing. I'm using a cream warm facial wax, and I like to use a doe foot applicator stick. I pick up a small amount of wax and apply it just a few millimeters below the brow line. As I distribute the wax, I twist the foot downwards as I reach the arch and tail. Now I push the wax upwards towards the brow line. This method gives me the best control and beautifully crisp finish. Once I'm happy with where the wax is positioned, I use small pre-cut wax strips to remove the wax. I work in small sections, pressing down firmly over the wax, smooth over the paper, stretch the skin nice and taut, and then remove quickly. I continue this process through the centre and onto the other brow. After waxing, I use a post-wax lotion to help soothe the skin and remove any residue. I'll then tweeze to refine and perfect the shape. The final stage in the lamination treatment is step 3, the Bronsun Brow Essence. This is a lightweight serum that seals the brows and should not be removed. The product is quite liquidy, so I can't work from the back of my glove with this one. Instead, I will either dispense into an upturned dappen dish, or today, my preferred method is using this ring cup. I like to apply the essence with a lip gloss wand applicator, but then I'll work the product into the brows with a micro pore brush. I then repeat on the other side. And here are the results. What do you think about this brow transformation? Please let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please remember to click that like button and subscribe for more beauty content. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.